Hi, and welcome to episode 8 of Ironmonger's Irreverent and occasional and irreverent? Yeah, occasional and irreverent vlog. Episode 8's just going to be called Happy New Year. It's about a week into 2015, and I got a new camera. As Christian mentioned in kind of our first test run video, which will be kind of accompanying this video on YouTube, we're really making a push to not only upgrade our audio and visual equipment, but also really get content out there from Santa Barbara Wargaming at a much swifter clip than we have been. We've been a little, yeah, I guess you could say lackadaisical as of late when it comes to producing content, but you know, our New Year's resolution, if you will, as SBWG is to be able to get out battle reports, be able to get out more anything but podcast episodes, be able to do more interviews, be able to do more unboxings, really update our blog on a regular basis. Basically, you know, be the gaming group that that we were media-wise 2 years ago. Okay. Without further ado then, even though this is called Happy New Year, episode 8 is going to primarily revolve around me testing out this new camera on Mortarion, the Primarch of the Death Guard for Warhammer 30,000? 30k? It's supposed to be the Horus Heresy character series, Mortarion. Yeah. 30k has been really kind of getting an uptick in the group lately, and one of our members, Roy, has kind of commissioned me off and on to basically assemble his entire Forge World 30k Death Guard army, and one of the last miniatures I have left to assemble is Mortarion, and so this will be a way for me to kind of look at the pieces. I haven't really looked at it. I've only opened the lid and been like, oh my shit, you know, it's a very complex miniature. I've only opened the lid. I haven't really gotten into the specifics of it, and so trying out the camera, unboxing one of the most awesome miniatures that I've ever seen that Games Workshop has produced, despite their ongoing and continual downward spiral as of late. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. Okay, so what you're seeing here is actually the outside of the box. The box has very nice embossed kind of Horus Heresy. The box is, you know, kind of like nice cardboard. It's a decently sized box. It's pretty thick. Don't care about the box, so we'll go ahead and open that up. And right off the bat, we get to see the actual picture of Mortarion. Beautiful picture. As you can see, it's a beautiful miniature, all painted up. I'm not the hugest fan of Forge World's paint jobs, but I think that they did a pretty stellar job on this particular one. I mean, it's, you know, a stellar job on a stellar miniature. Mortarion, you get to see the code right there, and then on the back, it doesn't have instructions for assembly per se, it just has instructions for all these different, here, let me actually, here's the camera, has instructions for all of these pipes, pipe B1 through B3, B4, B5, B6, crap, and then sensor B9, B8, B7, as you can see, just the backpack has, my maths, 9 different components, and so this is a complex miniature. So let's go ahead and see what the actual pieces kind of look like. The box itself has like this this clamshell. Let me just get that out of there. Has a double clamshell packaging. It's actually 2 double clamshell packages. Let's see what we got here. 2 double clamshell packages. Bollocks, it's a little hard to, okay. Pull back so you can see the whole thing. It looks like primarily one of the sets of clamshell has the body of Mortarion, as well as this really nice, just kind of like with Typhus, has a really nice kind of scenic display base that you can still use Mortarion as a miniature on the tabletop, as well as having a nice display base with him, because it kind of slots in there. I'm sorry for the glare, but say live be. Alright, and so we've got it's a cape along with Forge World's now famous, infamous resin plugs. Lol. The other side of that display base, we've got the display base itself here with Forge World, come on! All you need to do is hire Jimmy the intern to clip these plugs off before they're sent, then you can just recycle the resin. It costs you extra money, it costs us extra money. Knock it off. Alright, sorry, I'm trying to see if I can kind of fit all this in my zoom. And then we've got the body of Mortarion itself. And then we've got a 60 mil base. And then we've got 40 mil base. The 40 mil base, of course, just like Typhus, slides right into, well, with a little bit of, there we go, slides right into the display stand base component. So, God, the detail is amazing. I've heard some people talk smack, if you will, about not only Games Workshop, but about Forge World, because Forge World is, of course, a company, a branch of Games Workshop, but I've got to say that I absolutely love the level of detail. I mean, look at the sensors. Oops. Sorry, bumped the camera. It's my first time. Shut up. The chainmail detailing that you have here, it's just, it's beautiful. Beautiful. I'm not looking forward to doing, here, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm not looking forward to assembling this guy per se, because I know that he will be a pain, but when he's done, I'm sure that he will be absolutely brilliant. Alright, so that was the one main clamshell, and here's the other one. We've got some familiar foam. It's like double-sided foam. This is really good packaging, Forge World. Really good packaging. Little bits of foam to ensure that all of these incredibly fiddly pieces, very potentially, here's what looks like another scenic insert for the stand. All these fiddly pieces do not get destroyed in the post. Alright, then we've got the arms, classic Death Guard insignia on there. And then we've got more of the sensors. It looks like we've actually got the head there. Let's see try to see what that head looks like. Looks pretty grimacy. The level of detail on all this is just staggering. Let's see if we can get a real quick close-up of a number of the different, number of the different pieces. It's a chain scythe, looks like. Yeah. A little bit of flash, but nothing unexpected or out of the ordinary for decent quality resin pieces. And then here's the arms. You get to see, let's see how much I can zoom in. Nope. Almost.
Alright, there we go. That's one shoulder. And there's the other shoulder with the arms attached, where he holds on to the scythe. And then there's that additional piece of scenic basing that we got going on there. Looks pretty good. It's pretty well detailed. It's pretty good. It's best Greek accent I can do. Sorry. All right, and then again. Yeah. So just oh, and then here's the lovely pipes that are going to cause me such headache. However, as you can see, as long as you don't get carried away, each of the pipes, just like the sensors, they all have numbers on the bases themselves. So you'll be able to fit them exactly where the instructions told you to. Like so. You see, there we go. And then, yeah. Alright. So that's Mortarion. Absolutely beautiful miniature, as we've come to expect from Forge World. Doesn't look like there's any serious issues or miscasts. Here, there we go. Boom. Done. No serious issues or miscasts as it, or breakages as it pertains to the actual miniature itself. And I'll jump back onto the other camera and wrap this sucker up.
Alright, so that was a brief little unboxing of Mortarion, the Primarch of the Death Guard. It's from Forge World, using the Horus Heresy series of quasi-pseudo-semi Warhammer 40,000 games. As I kind of said in the brief unboxing there, it's a brilliant looking miniature. I haven't actually looked at the rules yet. I think Roy likes them quite a bit. I don't know if he's been able to really use Typhus yet, but I personally would love to see him on the tabletop. I'd love to see the 30K persona out there in the thick of things. I love the Horus Heresy series. I do not love that Warhammer Forge has just been thrown to the wayside because of Treadhead's desire to craft tiny variants of different vehicles and tanks, and because Space Marines sell, that's all I can think it is. And that Warhammer Forge wasn't doing quite as they projected originally. Warhammer Forge is near and dear to my heart. They've just announced today that they're actually releasing PDFs downloadable for free from the website of all the miniatures that they have produced up to this point. That along with the fact that more than half of the miniature range that Warhammer Forge has originally produced, as well as the Throne of Tamarkin, which was one of the best books Games Workshop's ever put out, period, and Monstrous Arcanum that these PDFs have been adapted from, are no longer available. That's just the death knell of Warhammer Forge, despite what they say repeatedly in official statements, primarily through Facebook. They were saying that it's not dead, it's silly to call it dead, that it's just, you know, there's going to be new content release. Yeah, I call bullshit on that. I say that if there's going to be new content, it's going to be years down the road, and it's going to have nothing to do with Warhammer Forge as we've come to know it, but that's neither here nor there. Again, episode 8, Happy New Year! 2015 is a really exciting time for Santa Barbara Wargaming, and as we develop more internet content here, you'll hear us in our, I think it's going to be episode 32 of Anything But. We'll be talking about the end times, and then into episode, I think it'll be 33, we'll segue into con season. Con season is fixing to kick off, first with Las Vegas Open, Kingdom Con, Lock and Load, Gen Con. We're going to have a heavy presence at all of these cons. So, well, I won't say may you roll poorly, because that's more of a Santa Barbara Wargaming thing, but thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, check out our forums, SB Wargaming forums, check out our blog, again, SB Wargaming. blogspot, something like that. I have confidence that you can find it if you want to look for it. And I'll see you for episode 9.